This episode is brought to you by us. We don't have a sponsor. We're losing money. We're hemorrhaging money at the moment. So it would be amazing if you want to support us to go to IAAAS.tv. There you can submit music. You can get your albums and EPs reviewed onto the website. But more importantly, you can check out our mugs, t-shirts, and moment t-shirts are 2 for £25. Free shipping for orders over £20. So go to IAAAS.tv. Thank you for your support. That good?
This week!
No.
This week on Indiana Show.
That's your first article for the website. That'd be great to read. Top 5 albums of all time.
I knew I was going to get roped into writing an article.
Look, you said that was your thing. And I make 2 TikToks a week. Maybe he knows the band that we were talking about. And we've described them well enough. You know what I mean?
There's only one. We might have to bleep out when we describe, like, astronaut. And
I'm not going to. Fuck it. The band's
what if there's only one band in Austria that has an astronaut and they're famous for it?
No, I bet there's fucking loads. We won't cover that then. It doesn't sound good.
Post-mortem results. Like, he died from ketamine.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Buy a mug. Sometimes for the tech test, I put on really good songs that pump us up, right? Remember, is it Chumbawanga? What are they called? Chumbawanga?
Yeah. Chumbawanga.
Yeah. I played that, and in that episode, we were buzzing off our tits. I don't know why. I just went on YouTube, as the first thing was the Olivia Rodrigo Tiny Desk, and we just listened to some of that, and now I think both of us are fucked. How are we going to recover from that?
Because it was really good.
Yeah. Podcast.
It's a podcast.
We're doing the same we did last week, which ruined us because we were low energy. Mm-hmm. We're filming it Friday in the evenings. It's dark out.
It is dark out.
Yeah.
I'm in my evening wear.
You
which,
are.
let's face it, was also my morning wear.
And yesterday evening wear. How you doing, B?
Oh, I'm alright.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
We've had a busy as a production, I guess, if you can call it that.
Is that what we're calling ourselves?
Look at your mug. And then, which is an OG, and then my mug, an IAAS mug. IAAS Reviews is the new review site we've been launching. It's been a lot of work, I'm not going to lie, but it's getting there. We're feeling really good about it. Had some good articles go out. That's been about it, apart from... I've been thinking a lot about the video games that you and I play, right?
Okay. Why
do we play such boring games? And why are they so great?
You're not alone, dude. I think it's a guy thing.
I don't know. There's a lot of guys that would play FIFA and Call of Duty, and they would look at us playing. Well, Power Wash Simulator just got free. Okay,
here's the thing, right? Because we're currently playing Power Wash Simulator, right? Which top tier. We also, we played a lot of Farming Simulator in the day.
Yeah,
right?
Farm Simulator.
We played Fire Simulator,
Firefighter Simulator, and Police
Simulator.
And when we say Police Simulator, we may have spoken about it on the podcast, but we're not talking like pow pow. We're talking like...
No, you're like writing up tickets.
Yeah, and I played it the other night. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't sleep. Played a little bit of Police Simulator, and I started my first shift. They were like, there's a lot of speeding happening, so we just need you to stand with a speed gun and just monitor people.
Yeah, but then also Football Manager, right?
Yeah.
And Football Manager is bigger than that. I feel like everyone's playing Football Manager, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like I see a lot of TikToks of girlfriends that are complaining about the fact their boyfriends are just pretending to run a farm.
Yeah.
Or that they're holding press conferences in the bathroom.
True.
Which is that's standard.
Yeah.
Right? And I submit, right? And like I feel like that's a guy thing, right? Only guys can just sit down and virtually clean a house.
Honestly. Well, although I will say my wife is big on it. She's been doing the power wash probably more than me. Mm-hmm. And I literally said to her yesterday, I was like, you just spent 2 hours doing that. Like,
you're like you at the back, he's fucking doing it.
I was just like, you could actually do that though. You could buy a power wash, which is like
I do think about
£120 or something, right?
Yeah, but
Genuinely.
but you want one of the good ones that you can like. It's
Okay,
powerful
200.
and then has the extension,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can get the gutters.
No, they all get the extensions, but my point is, very, very cheap. You could have that, and you could just go and do this. So, but I don't know. The one that you're not in on, Bus Simulator, is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love it.
No, but my point is though, is I think when you say like, yeah, but not all guys are like that. You know, you Call of Duty guys and whatever. I'm like, nah, because people that play FIFA, they're still doing the press conferences.
Yeah, I think in their head I like to think they are. I hope they are.
No, that's the thing. Like before I started playing Football Manager,
Yeah.
right, I was already well aware of the sort of like FIFA phenomenon where you have a game and then you're in your head normally, you're like, you go to the toilet or whatever.
It's the toilet. No,
it's always the toilet. It's always you treat yourself to a nice little sit down wee, and then you're at the press
There's
conference.
a backboard in your mind.
There's a backboard, and
Sounds like
you're
a
sat
David
there
Bowie
talking
song.
about. And it's the same with FIFA. Like even if it's just like you be a pro FIFA, right?
Yeah.
You're a player. You're getting interviewed. Great game out there today. All that nonsense.
Yeah.
It's the same. All the same.
What is the woman equivalent? What do women do?
I think it's just watching like Love Island.
Watching the Kardashians, man, it's so bad. I'm really sorry for people that like the Kardashians, but that shit will rot your mind. It really will. That's what I was trying to sort out, but we're okay.
You're not sorting it out.
I'm not
at all.
sorting it out.
You're making it worse.
I had a couple of things I was going to talk about. I don't know. Do you have stuff? You were hesitant earlier, which makes me think you don't have the things that I'm talking about.
I've been scouring Twitter today, right? And all I picked up on, right? So you don't really use Twitter, right?
I absolutely don't.
I don't really use it. That's the thing, right? But I will go on there every once in a while, right? When something happens, just to see like
the trending is good, isn't it?
the trending's good, right? But then also like I'll pop on there every once in a while just to sort of like see what's up, right? What I've noticed, right, since Elon Musk took over, right, and like I'm a big fan of like Twitter becoming less sort of censored and all that sort of stuff. Like I'm on that camp. However, right, it's gone so far the other way now. It's mental. Like I feel like every time I go on Twitter now, right, I'm like 5 videos away from a tweet of like someone like ending themselves or something.
What?
Like something
what do you
crazy.
Mean? Like threatening to, or
as in actual
like a video,
video footage of like someone ending themselves or something crazy, or like an actual murder. Like I reported, like literally I was doing the research for today, and before I went specifically on, I just found myself scrolling, and I'm just like, before I know it, a page that I don't follow. This is the thing, I'm not following this like Twitter page, right? And I'm watching like an actual like POV footage of a murder happening.
That makes me feel weird,
and
man.
I'm reporting it, and I'm like, okay, report this. But I'm like, well, why am I seeing that though?
Yeah, well, and TikTok, every time you report it, TikTok's going, this guy's engaging with this.
It's not TikTok. This is,
sorry.
Twitter.
I meant Twitter.
X.
Twitter.
Right, but
yeah.
But like, and I feel like this isn't like a slight on Elon Musk, because like I said, I'm all for like sort of decensoring platforms, right? I don't think there should be censorship in terms of people
in
like,
views and
opinions.
Beliefs and opinions.
However, this is where the line is though.
Yeah.
Like, well, we should be censoring actual crime and like just hardcore pornographic images that are just out on the like Twitter sphere. Do you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be able to just stumble across like someone getting shot in the head.
I as well. I have a lot of morbid curiosity. I do, right? I'm that sort of guy.
These are uncensored as well. It's not like they're not even like
I'm with you though.
Sensitive thing. Someone getting shot, you might want to see this. It's just there.
The only time I have been on Twitter recently, or X, is there was a TikTok where they referenced something, and in the comments they were like, "What is this? Who is this person? Whatever it might be." And the reply was, "Search this on Twitter." And I did. I don't know why I did. That was a fucking stupid internet move to do. I should have just gone about my merry way, but I did, and it was a beheading video. And then I was like, it was so bad that I was like, this couldn't have been real. And then you search it, and it's like, no, that is 100% real.
Yeah,
like this beheading happened. They posted the video. So yeah, I do agree that it's like when people say freedom of speech, what they're talking about is beliefs. They're talking about, I believe this is my view, and then you can go, I disagree, and you're like,
Yeah, that's
great.
cool.
That's part of the human condition, is what that is. But like, yeah, posting crimes or things that like an 11-year-old could see, and it could genuinely mess them up.
Honestly,
proper trauma.
I saw 2 videos literally earlier today, just doing some research for the show, right? That I'm like, I don't know how I would have reacted if I'd seen that as a fucking 10-year-old or whatever.
And here they are. No, I'm kidding.
I've sent them. I've sent them over as an inbox. But it's just nuts.
Yeah.
But then the other thing as well, I'm noticing, right? And this is all since like Elon Musk took over, essentially, right? But the amount of times you'll see like a tweet and you're like, that's interesting. I wonder what people are saying about it. So you click on the comments, and it's just dozens of bots, like bot accounts that are like OnlyFans pages or gambling websites or like, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? There's like 12 comments on this tweet, and I want to see what the comments are. And like literally 11 of the comments are just ads.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Twitter has gone so...
They've lost it.
It's gone so
failed.
far. It was a place that was miserable, right? Because like you just bombarded with censorship and bombarded with a very distinct political leaning, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I don't care where you are on the spectrum. I don't want any bias in anything. I want just conversations. But it's gone so far the other way now, where it's just like there's no censorship, and I'm like, there's a balance. We have to censor what is online.
Yeah.
You can't just let people post
100%.
anything, right? And just be like, well, freedom of speech. Like it just doesn't work.
And the one that I saw that I had linked to, that I would say it's hard to watch those, and that's an obvious thing to say, but I mean like afterwards you feel what you've watched. Like you really, it's like a pit in the stomach, tight chest. But then straight away, because I was like, this has to be fake, and it wasn't. Then I'm like, so this woman's family have that,
Yeah,
and they,
just
do you know what I mean?
It's just
That's
there.
just a thing that they all have probably
And
now watched.
You tend to lose faith in humanity as well, because you read the comments, and it's just fucking vile.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just people being like, ha, LOL, like just nonsense. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they don't know it's real, or I don't know, but I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, what is wrong with
I think a lot of people, and this isn't giving them credit, but a lot of people went through the trauma of seeing all of that, right? And it has desensitized them to it. So now they're numb, and now they can go and watch it, and they can post whatever they want, and they'll get a rise out of it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Same with anything ever on the internet.
But then it's like on the flip side, it's like the other platform I engage with is TikTok, and that's the most censored platform out there now.
I don't have the same problem you do, though. You have insane, like the amount of times you show me comments.
I can't comment anything.
No,
me commenting on TikTok.
Yeah.
I must be shadow banned
You
or
are,
something
for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is though, is like it's ludicrous, the stuff that like basically like I'm having like comments that are taken down by TikTok for like violating like terms and conditions or something. One of them was like I called someone a sponge.
Yeah, or I think you said like that's dumb, and then you said why, and like that had been.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's mental. Like it's ridiculous. Like if I'm saying that's stupid to like
to someone being stupid,
yeah, to someone that's done something stupid or whatever,
yeah.
Or even sometimes as a joke, and you like I've got laughing emojis after it and being like, what an idiot, laughing emojis. No, that's like hate speech.
Yeah,
TikTok is taking off. I don't know what's happening.
I get into all sorts of arguments.
Likewise, some of the stuff you see on TikTok is mental.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone should just delete the internet, I reckon. It was good while it lasted. I think we're
definitely on a downward like trajectory with the internet
for a long time.
Yeah, but I feel like
all comes back to the Kardashians.
I feel like it's
probably
as low as it's ever been now, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. It's just we've had 5, 6, 7 years of just divisiveness. Everything that's happened in the world has just made people. It's like, okay, now you hate this person. Oh no, now you hate this person, and now everyone is just full of hate.
And it's not even. And the thing is, though, is even just from a practicality point of view, the internet is so bad now.
Yeah,
it's almost unusable, like the internet, because, like, I think we've spoken about this before, right? But used to, let's say about 10 years ago, right? What was that? 2012. Right?
2013.
Maybe more than 10 years ago, right? You'd go on the internet, right?
Yeah, maybe 10 or 12 years ago you got on the
10 or
internet.
12 years ago, you go on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And you'd punch in whatever you wanted to punch in, right? And it would just take you to that site. Or you'd go to Google and you'd be like, I want to see this, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you would just get like a page of options, all of them super relevant to what you're searching for, right?
Yeah.
Now, you can't do anything on the internet without getting bombarded by ads to the point where it's like unusable, to the point where like sometimes you're closing shit all over the place, right? And apart from that, none of the fucking search results are relevant to what you searched with.
Honestly,
it's like it's
I'm
impossible.
with you.
You've got to be like a bloody a bloody genius now. You've got to know how to write code or something.
You're a hacker.
Yeah, to
infiltrate
be
the
able to,
mainframe.
like, to find out when the Vietnam War started or something. Like, and it's like I can't, and it makes me like, it makes me sort of like remember the bloody good old days of doing your homework and putting Encarta 95 in.
That
and it's just information.
We've lost everyone. What was the sound? Yes, he's alive. Was that?
I just remember that, wasn't there, like, when you loaded the disc, there were lots of snippets of different, like, cultural,
but I think one of them was like
historical things, like Martin Luther King. I have a dream.
A great example though of what you're talking about, and this isn't even censorship, right? Do you know the Scottish video of the woman making pancakes? And her friend goes, "That looks like a naan bread." Right? It's one of my favourite videos ever.
Yeah, you can't.
But then when I'm like, and I was saying to Becky, I was like, "Do you remember that video? I love the naan bread." Or no, I said she was making pancakes, and I said that looks like a naan bread, and she was like, "Why would you say that?" And I'm like, "No, it's really funny." And I tried to find a video, and I fucking couldn't. It's such an innocent video, but why can't I find Scottish pancake naan bread?
Well, this is the,
that
this
looks
is
like
the,
a naan bread.
this is
It
the
doesn't
thing
come
now.
up.
Like, Google is so crap now. It's so bad, and I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. Right? Is there like too much information? I don't know. But
yeah.
like 12 years ago, you'd just go Scottish
naan bread.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Like, first result, it would be YouTube link. Here's the video you want. Now you have to be some sort of like Boolean expert, right? To fucking, and like your search looks like a fucking equation, right? All to get down to that video. It's unreal. I don't. What is it? Just us? Is it just me? I don't know.
Maybe
Google
we're getting older.
Is unusable. The internet is so bad.
It doesn't work anymore.
Nothing works.
Which is stupid because apparently they're all getting like all the AI, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll think for you," and shit. Like, okay, don't. Find the fucking naan bread video. That's all I want.
I want naan bread.
Anyway, right. I've got some things
I
brought to the table. I sent TikToks, but it was just to remind myself of the things.
Right.
So we don't need to play them. Snoop Dogg was on a podcast recently. I guess this is mainly just to open up conversation here. He said that the Spotify rap thing has just happened. Everyone posts fucking.
I hate. I
whatever.
hate
Get in the bin.
People sharing their music. I don't care what anyone is listening to.
I saw someone post a video being like, "Hey, just to let you know, if you're trying to save money, YouTube Premium comes with YouTube Music, right? It has this catalog, right? So roughly the same amount of songs. It's less money, right? They're making this great point as to be like, you don't need to use Spotify, which I'm like, cool." And then the first comment was like, "Yeah, but I bet it's not YouTube Wrapped." And I'm like, why is it that important? You listen to Taylor Swift. Fuck off.
Here's the only debate I've got in this, right, is where it falls within the list of stuff that I literally could not possibly care any less for, right? And I think it goes...
Wait, can we pause?
Can
we pause?
What?
Apart from... There are 3 people that have sent me that our band was in Our man was in there, Spotify Wrapped. It was really cool. That was a great feeling. But I just mean,
Keep up the good.
oh,
Well, except from when it's involving us.
no, but that was a great feeling. But my point is that, like, Chantel was listened to 13,000 hours of Taylor Swift. I don't care. I don't care.
Where does it fall though? Because in my head, right, I'm gonna go reverse, right?
Okay.
Top 5, right?
Of things you don't care about.
Things I don't care about. So coming in 5th, right, is people's holiday pictures.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care about it.
Oh, I need to post mine.
But I'll tolerate it.
I need to post my honeymoon pictures.
I don't post them to me.
Just keep them to yourself.
I don't go on Facebook anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? But yeah, I'll tolerate. If someone is like, dude, I just got back from Barbados. Look at these pictures, right? And if it's someone I really care about, I'll be like, okay.
If
fine,
someone said that to me though,
I'll have a look at some.
If someone said that to me though, and what I'm looking at is Barbados, right? I'm gonna be pissed off, right? If you're saying, dude, I went to Barbados, check out the pictures.
Where's the bedroom
happened?
pictures?
yeah. Wow. No, but I would like. Something should have happened then. Like, I met John Cena in the hotel. Okay, that's cool. And it's just a picture of him like this. But yeah.
But then underneath that, right?
Yeah.
I think it's dreams that people have had, right? And I'm like, even if they involve me,
we speak about this all the time.
Even if they involve me, I don't care, right? I think the only time that anyone would care is if it was a sex dream.
About me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I'm confused. About me.
You don't
the
wanna
royal
hear,
me.
You don't want to hear someone tell you about their sex dreams with me.
Yeah. I don't want to hear if you were like, I had a crazy dream last night. I had sex with Alicia Dixon. I don't know why that's come into my head. Right?
What's that? Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah. Right. I'm like, I don't want to know this. Right.
Yeah.
If you then went, I've had a sex dream about you, I definitely wouldn't want
to. You're like, tell me everything.
Right, so I feel like dreams.
Dreams
like,
is fair.
Dreams, like right under the holiday snap. So
fun.
now we're getting
fun to talk
like,
about
worse. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next, right? I think it's concert videos.
Oh, 2 things beat concert videos.
I think so.
At least because I guess the devil's advocate is at least you can be like, oh, they saw Elton John. Do you know what I mean? You can be like, oh, you get to see that they went to a concert. That bit's interesting. But like I'm not going to replicate it because it's just me blasting sound into the mic. But like the distorted camera.
Apart from that, like the absolute piss poor camera quality, the absolute zero audio because the speakers are blown out. Right? I don't care about your crap video. Right?
Yeah.
The next
is nothing going to be Spotify Wrapped.
No, I think it's specifically during the school times is when everyone posts pictures of their kids in school uniform.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, what do you want me to do? Molest them? Like,
don't
just
care.
keep it to yourself. I feel weird about it.
It's weird. It's weird.
Because
and then on the same line, it's people that post pictures of their kids naked.
Honestly. Yeah.
What is that? What is going on?
I agree with that one.
And I know there'll be people who are like, oh, it's just innocent. It's like a kid. I'm like, okay. The problem is, right, one, I just don't want to look at a naked baby, right?
Yeah.
2, there are people that do want to look at a naked baby.
Yeah. So you either have people that are uncomfortable or people that are too comfortable. There's no middle ground.
Are very comfortable, and either of those are bad. No one wants that. No one wants that situation, right? And then below that, I think it's people's Spotify Wraps.
Yeah. Can we go back one though? Mm-hmm. There's a girl I went to school with, and she twice a week minimum will post pictures of either her in the bath with her baby or her breastfeeding the baby. Right. And it's awesome. No, but I don't get it because it's like the thing is. I went to, like, for example, I have a 2-year-old, right? I go to play groups where there are lots of toddlers.
I thought you were going to be like, I have a 2-year-old. I breastfeed him.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't get anything out of him, but so I'll go into these situations where there will be women breastfeeding and shit like that, and it's fine because you just need to feed your baby. That's all you're doing. But when it's like, okay, twice a week, you are taking pictures of your tits and put them on Facebook, right? Why? Like, why? Because they're not posting that many pictures of their kids. It's just when they have a titty in their mouth.
I don't know, mate. When you click
It's
on
so
it,
odd.
when you click on the post
And download it.
is there a link tree? Is there a link
I don't
tree?
think so, no.
Because that would explain it.
That's far. That would be messed up, wouldn't it?
There's some messed up people on
Because
there.
people like to push their YouTube channels with their kids, but pushing other content that's weird.
But yeah, no, it is.
This has all started because I wanted to speak about something, and we're not even close to talking about it.
Have we ended up here?
Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
That I think if someone does the maths, that's the longest tangent we've ever done.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about
10
earlier.
minutes,
It's
I
so
mean, that was a
hard
10
to
minute
make
tangent.
clips.
Right. That's a fun one though. You should show the timestamp between the two. Snoop Dogg was on a podcast recently. He spoke about Spotify Wrapped, and he said, Snoop Dogg, you know him,
Yep.
you love him, had over 1 billion streams this year, right? Which is, I think, good. It's good numbers.
On his music or his Twitch streams?
His music.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I don't even know. And he has quite openly come out to say the amount he made from that. Can you guess how much money Snoop Dogg made from 1 billion streams?
He had
on
a
Spotify?
billion streams. Oh my god, it's not going to be good, is it? It's going to be a real reflection on how much artists are getting screwed. I'm going to go 1 billion.
1 billion streams. It's insane. He must be like, that's a top 20 artist?
I'm going to guess 5 million.
He said it was less than $40,000.
What?
Yeah.
No, that can't be right. That can't be.
That's
right.
what he said. It sparked a lot of conversation. Here's the thing, right? Obviously, that's not the money that's been generated from Spotify, because that would go to his label.
That's the money he's
and then
got.
it would go to Snoop Dogg. But it's like, so he made 40K.
I feel like an idiot saying 5 million.
But I think that is probably reasonable, right? If that many people are listening to your music, think of the days of albums where people had to go and buy CDs. You'd be making so much money. And now artists are living in different worlds. And that's why you can probably get a fucking cameo from Snoop Dogg. Because he's like, I need to make money.
That's why he's doing Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is, I guess this is the conversation of, one, what do artists do? Because artists make music, right? How do they make money when their music doesn't make money? Like that's the big question here.
Do you know what as well? It's interesting you bring it up, because I read an article the other day. I can't remember who it was from. Maybe the Guardian, like music. Right?
Okay.
One of my sources.
God.
But I read an article, and it was talking about how engineered and manufactured the music industry is, right? But it was talking about how essentially, like, that will never change now. Like, it will always be super engineered and super manufactured. And do you think that kind of it goes hand in hand with how money is made in the music industry now? Like, everything, like, you don't make a lot of money, right? So if you're a record label, right, you're not going to throw money at just anyone now.
Yeah,
it has to fit within this very specific mold. So it's like, that's why the music industry itself is breeding this manufactured generic sort of artist. You can't succeed unless you fall in line with this very, very specific formula now.
100%.
Almost the same as like what's happening in movies, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. There's a winning formula.
Studios do not want to take a risk on an independent movie now. That's why the only films getting made, right, outside of your occasional like Tarantino's and
or horrors,
like Scorsese's and horrors and stuff like that, right? Or Nolan, obviously Oppenheimer just come out.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the only films getting made are remakes or franchises.
Yeah.
Like, that is period.
It's like, look at the shiny. It's all big explosions. It's all like brain dead, no plot. And is that what the music industry is? Kind of.
I
it's
think
like
so.
Everyone needs to be this pop, sound the same. We can put you on radio and we won't be able to tell you apart. It is interesting. I mean, we see breakthrough artists, right? One that I was saying,
seem very fleeting though. Do you not think?
This is the thing, yeah. So, and this is what I was going to say. Wet Leg, right? Love him or hate him, you're like, No, love them or hate them, they're very different. There was a huge call that they were industry plants, right? Because they had been gigging for years. I will say, because I knew them through going to music college. They were gigging for years as a band with very little success, and then they were wet leg. Then they were this massive thing, going on tours around the world. And before their music got really big, they were going to these big cities and playing these little hype shows, and it was all contrived and manufactured. And then they became huge, and that was that. They don't seem to have done much else from that point. So it's tough. But then the question is, like, as an artist, I don't know how you stay positive when you go, Snoop Dogg can have 1 billion streams and make 40k. Do you know what I mean? And you do the maths and you go, okay, well, if I had 100 million streams, I would make 4k. And if I had 10 million streams, I'd make 4. And obviously that's not how it works. The issue with Snoop Dogg is probably lots and lots of people taking slices of that pie, and then he gets a very small bit at the end. But we know the Spotify model's fucked anyway, and artists don't make money. They're saying that, like, you need to be at a certain level before you're gonna be able to get any of the contributions. It's all messed up.
Do you think the sort of rise in alternative music streaming platforms will be a benefit to sort of like the financial gains of artists, or like a detriment? Because you'd have to think that at some point companies will start offering exclusivity to certain artists, and there'll be a bit of a war between, like, where people go.
Could that be the move? That, like, YouTube Music go, okay, Ed Sheeran, all of your music will be on our platform.
If you think about it, it wasn't too long ago that Apple was the only streaming service, right? Or no, before that.
I think Spotify has been the leader for a long time.
No, you're out of your mind. Like, you think Spotify was leading the streaming platforms
in 2012.
Back when iPhone Nanos were a thing.
No, I'm saying
like iPhone Shuffle, iPod Shuffles.
Yeah, but right, we're not talking streaming in that era. The Shuffle wasn't a stream. You were buying music, and so
you think Spotify started streaming music before Apple?
No, I'm saying that for at least from 2012, when my band were together, my old band, obviously we're in a band now, Spotify was the biggest streaming platform. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say biggest though. I said first. I said for a long time Apple was the only option, right? And then Spotify came along.
When could you stream on Apple though? When did that start? Because you need to separate iTunes, which is when we say Nano.
Okay, well,
Shuffle.
when I say replace the word streaming with digital.
Roll your eyes, though. That's
with
important.
Digital music, then with just digital music.
Yeah, like digital music, you had was it like Napster as well? Like that predates me.
I was going to say Napster, but then I couldn't remember because that was fleeting. Napster. Napster wasn't around for long at all.
No, and I didn't really experience it. And then I think, and this is the point, right? So you had Napster, then you had iTunes, but you were buying albums. That digital movement was that you were still buying albums, and then as an indie band,
look up.
When did streaming?
Yeah, well, who was the first streaming company?
It's a really good question.
I don't know. I just in my head, right? Apple Music.
Napster started an audio search engine named Aladdin that was purchased by Listen.com in 2001. It became the basis for its free streaming service called Rhapsody, which was in 2001. So 2001, Napster have a service that you can stream for free. Pandora Radio, I do remember that. I think Pandora and Spotify started around the same sort of time. I mean, one thing we're not taking into consideration is MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace, you used to be able to stream music on, and that was direct from the teat of the cow, right? Because you go onto a band's page and they were like, "Here's our album," and you listen to it through there.
That is, when you think about it, the bloody history of like music streaming is crazy.
It's really interesting.
Like
Spotify is 2006.
Like, people weren't making any money.
Yeah. It was, and I guess this is the point, right? When you look at stand-up comedians, they'll have TikToks and things that will go really, really viral. They're not making money from it. they're selling shows, they're selling tickets. That's what I think needs to happen for musicians. So you can have a song get 100,000 views, and that used to be really good. Now it equates to very little. No one would go on there and be like, oh, this song's popping off with 100,000 views. Whereas 10, 15 years ago, that would be massive. You'd be like, well, we're about to explode because we have 100,000 people listening. I think now what it means is that bands need to go, we've got great music. What else? Yeah. Do we have branding? Do we have a good online presence? Do we have, a good live show so you can sell tickets and you can make money that way? You can sell T-shirts and make money that way. But it's interesting. But yeah, I just thought I thought it was great that Snoop Dogg was talking about it, because what's good about him is he's already in fuck you money.
He doesn't have to
People respect him. So they know that he's not going, oh, I didn't get enough money. He's just going, this is fucked up, isn't it? Like a billion streams.
I mean, he probably gets paid like millions per performance anywhere he goes.
I wonder as well, is part of the issue that would count his features, and Snoop Dogg sells his features. So for, I think, like 100 grand, you can get Snoop Dogg to feature on one of your songs. And he does it for loads of these. He said really openly on a podcast before, I swear, he was like, you get these YouTube kids that have millions because their parents are rich and they want to be musicians, and they just pay me to come and do, 16 bars on their song, and I just charge them 100 grand and then I leave. So I wonder if that might skew it as well. That he's on a bunch of shit, but he made the money up front. I don't know. Yeah, that was that. I don't know. That was that. It's funny when my band were together and Spotify was the leader, our music was never on Spotify, and people would be like, "Why?" And I'd be like, "Because it's the fucking devil. It's the worst thing to happen to the music industry." And it won. Yeah, it fucking won.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that happened. We let that happen. The other one that I had, I can't remember. So I'm just checking. I had another conversational one. Luke Combs. Did you see this?
Who's Luke Combs?
Country music star. American country music star. I might actually play this one.
I recognise the name. But...
I saw a TikTok, so shout out.
This is your feel-good story of the
guy.
day. Luke Combs just responded to a woman who is being sued by him for $250,000 for making tumblers, and he didn't even know about it.
Tumblers?
I'm going to stop.
How old is this?
No, like a glass.
Oh!
You thought he was making, like, blogs.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to rip this guy off, so thanks for the video. I'll just pause it. Basically, this woman has made tumblers, right? Little glasses? Coffee? No.
Yeah, like glasses. Like a tumbler.
Cups
You'd have like a
with
little...
straws.
Like... Oh!
I think.
Yeah,
Isn't that a
bit
tumbler?
like your
sippy cup.
You're squashing.
Yeah, great for squash. We have a tumbler on our website, indianashow.com. I haven't seen a sample of it though, so
link comes up there.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to buy that and let us know if it's any good. But basically, she's making these tumblers and she's put like Luke Combs on it, right? Hear me out. So she's made. I think I'm just gonna botch numbers here, but it's like $300 she's made selling these.
Oh, I let her off then. Yeah.
She receives a lawsuit for $250,000.
Where's the sense in that?
Right,
Where's the sense? Who the fuck came up with that?
So she is getting sued, right? And then it becomes a national story because she goes and be like, I put his face on some cups that I sold and now they're going to ruin my life. Luke Combs has then come out and he's been like, he basically made a video where he's like, I woke up at 7 a.m. to have a piss, right? And then
I imagine his phone is just...
Everyone's sending him this video. So he watches this video and then he was like, I couldn't sleep. So I spent 2 or 3 hours working out, like trying to find out what has happened. Because he's like, I've not fucking sued this bitch.
And in fairness, he probably doesn't even know who he has to call.
No, yeah, that's the point.
To get in touch with like whoever's like doing the lawsuit.
I think he does, because his response was basically, he came out and said he works with a company. There's a company that manages suing conglomerates.
Oh yeah.
So when let's say, I guess
it's like,
so I don't want to say a company that isn't doing it, but for example, think of a really, really big retailer, right? Biggest in the world. If they were to just put out a load of t-shirts, they would make millions. he has a company that then sue them to go, you can't do this.
Yeah, it's the same as
that
like
company is what has happened here.
Yeah, it's the same as like if you like big YouTubers, all of them normally all have the same company, but it's just a DMCA company.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That just automatically take down videos and send out like lawsuits or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like the people that are actually the YouTubers, they generally speaking have absolutely no knowledge or input of what's happening. They just sign up to this company because they're like, it's probably a good thing to have some copyright protection. But then the company exploits that essentially.
They go too far. Yeah, 100%. So he just came out and kind of said that is what was happening. I can't remember his resolve for it.
A woman that's being sued by Mars, trying to make this right, trying to figure out what's going on.
Luke goes on.
Oh, sorry. But basically, he was just saying he was trying to figure it out as to what to do. He just said as well, one of his points is he found it funny because the lawsuit is like her versus Luke Combs. And he's like, I was asleep. Like he doesn't know what's going on. But I thought it was just interesting. Again, it was that thing of looking at the industry machine that churns. But yeah, I don't know. Let us know if you're making tumblers with anyone's face on. We are. It doesn't have our face on. It has our logo on. I can't remember how much they are either, so I'm not going to shout it out.
Yeah, no,
Get a muggler.
But also, like our stuff that we've got like other properties on it is covered by the law of parody anyway.
Yeah, well, I took one of them down.
Why?
I just didn't think it was very good.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
that
because,
was the
like,
only reason.
Because you can do pretty much whatever you want as long as you've changed it and there's like a law of parody. Like,
yeah, if you're
associated
taking the
with
mick out of something. For example, I mean, there's a production company that I was a fan of for ages, and all of their T-shirts would be like.
You can say it. You can say
Rooster
used to be a fan of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
There's lots of people that used to be a fan of Rooster
Yeah,
Teeth.
that's true. That is true. But yeah, all of Rooster Teeth and Funhouse.
Lots of women that used to be.
And yeah, all of their merch would be parodying something. So it'd be like the Lego logo, but it says Rooster Teeth. I don't know.
My favourite T-shirt will always be the Funhouse one, which is parodying the Pornhub logo.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. I have an issue with Flyers merch in the UK. I a couple times have worn my Flyers hoodie to Fat Football.
And people have thrown rubbish at you?
And people think it's OnlyFans.
Oh, because of the F!
Yeah, the it's like if you look at OnlyFans.
Oh, you got to show an image of OnlyFans now. How do you do that?
I said last week my wife does not watch the podcast. So
well, as long as when you
I mean,
type
to be
OnlyFans.
to be fair, you got that.
Yeah, but it's.
Right?
I mean, it's not. Yeah, but it's blue. Nah, you've got to be an absolute first-class moron.
I guess, especially if I'm wearing it inside out and it's backwards. But yeah, I don't know. I've
you
had
have to
people.
Be a moron.
Well, they are. They are. Yeah, I don't know. Was there something else to show?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, there was. You sent the other one.
Oh, it was it's an update.
It was just an update, wasn't it?
It's an update. So there's context behind the BBC lady flipping it off. So I think she was like jokingly mucking around. Do you remember I was like, there's normally a guy behind the camera going like that?
We did. She was doing
I think there was a guy behind the camera doing that, and she was probably pissing around with him, right? But I think the other thing that I think she forgot, which is that normally with live broadcasting,
you don't count one.
One is not counted. One is the millisecond that you're actually live.
Yeah.
So, for example, you might see them count down and go 5, 4, 3. They stop talking.
They do two.
I stopped talking. Yeah, well, maybe they do too. Maybe the point is still the same, right? But they stop actually verbally counting down before 1 because 1 they're already live.
Yeah.
And I think somehow she's forgotten that.
It's insane.
Live from London, this is BBC.
It's just good.
It's so funny.
It's good.
It's so
but I
funny.
feel like I thought it was good to share because we did a video about it.
Yeah.
There's context.
There's the context.
There's the update.
She was messing around.
She was messing around. She forgot that one is when you're already live.
Oh man. Here's a general rule of thumb, right? Because one rule I live by is I won't say anything about a person that I wouldn't say with them present.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that will save you, right? If you're in a corporate environment and you go, oh, this, and it'll get back to them. So just make sure
Well, that's my other rule. If you're in a corporate environment, just don't say anything.
Yeah, that's true. Quit. But the other one is, if you're getting broadcast on live national television,
don't even joke about it.
Just don't flip off the camera.
Don't even joke about it.
Just don't flip it off.
Yeah. Be that man. Be the BBC presenter. I don't know if you remember it, the blooper where he doesn't know he's live, right?
Yeah.
But he obviously still thinks they're on a break, but he's just sat there.
Yeah.
Right? And it's going for ages. And I can only imagine that guy, in between being live, never says anything.
Sure.
Because that clip, the blooper, where they're live, but he doesn't know he's live, goes on for about 40 seconds.
Which is insane.
It's 40 seconds of the guy literally just sat at the desk looking around.
What's best as well is it's 42 seconds when he goes, "Good evening," and you're like, "What's just happened?" Wait.
Yeah.
You need to address that.
Yeah, because he wasn't even looking at anything.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got an earpiece.
Yeah.
But you'd have thought.
Yeah, unless maybe someone wasn't pressing the button.
Yeah, mate, I don't know.
He sat there and then it's, this is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me? Right.
But that's what I mean though. That guy's got it locked on. He's like, I am doing live telly.
A pro.
Right.
He's a
the
pro.
only time I'm opening my mouth is when I'm live and I'm reporting the news.
Yeah, 100%. Amazing. Well, I guess we can get into our music side next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. One thing I was going to hype out, and I think we're going to listen to. Oh, I might overcommit here. I don't know. We're going to listen to a band as part of this who have submitted for a review on the website. They have an album out.
Okay.
We're going to listen to a single. If it's not really, really shit, then they'll get a review.
Only if it's a little bit shit.
But if it's
like a little bit shit.
Oh yeah, I can write a little bit shit because you can be positive about that. But if you've seen them before, you guys have seen them before, where we've started and you kind of see us look at each other.
It's normally this is what happens, right? The video starts, right?
Yeah.
There'll be a brief second where we're looking down, right?
Yeah. Then
there might be a brief second where we lock eyes,
yeah.
right? And then we both look at the wall.
Yeah. We're both like. It's like, I think there's, to be fair, we've had amazing submissions.
It's only happened like twice.
I think there's been 2 or 3 that have been bad.
Go back and see if you can guess which ones
Comment
they are.
below. Comment below which artist you think was shit.
No, don't do that, because then there'll be a bunch
around.
of people that are like saying like bands that aren't that bad
as well. I think the only comments you would get there are people messing around, and they would say Danny Rivas or Sophie Jana, the amazing ones.
Oh, this way up.
No, they were bad. They were bad. But my point stands. We have we're going to listen to some music now. One of them will probably have a written review. They're not a new band. We know them, so I think I will write a review on their album, because when we listened to them, they were very, very good. So yeah, what I guess my point is, head over to indianashow.com and you'll find reviews, you'll find merch, you'll find our episodes. We've just got some new IAAS tops.
Or A's.
So this one is, I always say distilled, but that's water, isn't it?
Distilled is water.
Distressed. This is a distressed top. There's a version that isn't distressed as well. I got samples of both. They both look amazing. I'm so happy with how they've come out. Mugs as well. And until maybe...
podcast.
Shut up. Yeah. Maybe until the end of January, I think, we'll have 2 for £25 on shirts and free delivery to select countries.
Oh, that's changed. Did you look into how much the shipping was for Australia?
So I've had a hell of a week, B, because I looked into it, and if anyone first I found out, I didn't even tell you this because I've just been doing all this in the background. We weren't shipping anywhere but the UK. So people in Australia or Austria or France or America could not buy merch. So I made them be able to buy merch. And then I was like, oh, but I have free shipping on orders over £20, which is most orders. If you buy a t-shirt and a mug, over £20. So I put 2 t-shirts in, 2 for $25, 2 for $40 is the American equivalent. And then the shipping was like £95 and was getting discounted to free. So
95.
well, it was something like that. It was something like that. So I cannot express how long this took me.
You get a bloody ferry. £95.
So I've changed our suppliers. I've made sure it's as friendly as it can
you
be.
can get an actual airline ticket for like £95.
What, to America?
No, if you get one of those like last minute jobs,
You're in the boo. No, so I've done a load of work to make sure that you can order internationally, and it's not that expensive. It is still international shipping, but if you're buying a couple t-shirts and a mug or whatever, it won't be massively expensive. There are discounts on the website to help you out as well to make it cheap. But please do it. I think a few more t-shirts, a few more people rocking the old IAAS or the Indiana Show t-shirts, and we'll be able to revamp our set and get ready for the next year of podcasts, because we've done a year of these now. That's my little plug, I guess. Go to Indiana Show. Go to indianashow.com and use code BEANS.
Isn't there like another little plug?
Is there another little plug? What's the other plug?
Well, you had a plug for me, didn't you?
No. A plug for you?
You got something in the bag.
Oh my god. Well, that was my Christmas present, B. Oh, I got you a Christmas present.
I've already seen it.
Well, you haven't seen it.
Well, I saw the colour.
Yeah. I got you from indianashow.com. Your Christmas present.
Oh,
It's a
cheers,
little.
B. I didn't get you anything.
That's okay.
Cool. I went for this colour because
Yeah.
doesn't it look like retro?
It's
Kind of
stunning.
old school.
We
Like,
got it out,
I love it.
and oh damn it, that was tight. We got it out, and straight away Becky was like, "That's great."
Yeah, man.
Yeah, really good color scheme.
I love. You don't get a lot of purple t-shirts. I love a purple t-shirt.
That's what Becky said about you. Do you like that man has purple t-shirts?
I do have a couple of purple t-shirts.
Which is a fucking weird thing to say about a person, and it be true.
yeah.
But yeah, indianashow.com for your merch. If you order it, thank you, because it means a lot, doesn't it? Really, we don't make any money. I think any of the IAAS tops. Well, this is a business discussion possibly, but I think the money to this will probably distribute to the people
don't need to
writing
know that.
content. No, it's good though. So if people are reading reviews and enjoying the reviews, and they want to make sure that there's a bit of a kickback and people that are contributing to that, buy a fucking t-shirt basically. That's it. Should we?
Well, no, maybe not though, because doesn't that incentivize people like our people to give good reviews?
One thing I will say right now, and this is tricky, I would love to hear, like, especially the musicians listening, I would love to hear their views on this. I don't feel comfortable with us posting negative reviews. And here's why. The only people we're reviewing are independent artists.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what am I going to do? Shit on someone who's created something and they're proud of it? We're not going to do that. If we listen to something and there's improvements and there's tweaks, or we go, this could be really good, but it's missing the mark, then that absolutely will be an article, because it'll be beneficial, it'll be helpful. But I wouldn't straight up be like, this is trash, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So the only way, well, there's two ways. Well,
Because I think there's a difference.
lots
like,
of ways
this
that I won't
isn't, this isn't
review.
like a Hollywood movie. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you were reviewing the latest Marvel film, right?
Oh, I'd trash the shit out of
You'd
it.
comfortably be able to just go like, this is the worst film I've ever seen.
Yeah. But when it's like some artist trying their best and honing their craft, I'm not going to do that. I think if you're doing covers, for example, a cover album, I won't review. I won't. If it's out of genre, and I feel like I'm not the person to comment, then I wouldn't review it.
What if we end up having reviewers that are like...
That's the plan. If you're a metalhead and you want to write some articles, fucking hit me up, because that'd be good. I'll buy you a t-shirt. That's about it. And then if I can't write anything positive about it, then I won't review it. So there we go. Let's check out some music. We've got submissions. We've got 2 from the list. 1 who is the person that I said about that might get a review, might not. Depends if it's shit. And then we'll spin a wheel if we have time. It's almost bedtime, to be honest, so
I'm pretty
I
sleepy.
don't know. Our first submission...
9:20, B.
I know, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. And I have to go to toddler football at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
How long does toddler football last?
45 minutes.
That seems like a lot. Is there
It
like rotation
flies.
subs or something? Or
He's really good. I mean, this is fun. No one else cares about this, but he's like, it's very.
this is up there with the whole posting your kids' bloody uniforms.
You're like, can I change my list? I've got a new number 3. No, it's just very. He went in and there were goals and balls, and Max just ran around kicking it, and it was cool. And he like got a high five and like was starting to work out how responsive Max was, I guess. And then it was like, okay, everyone sit down, and we're gonna do this, and it'd be like, pick up cones from the floor and put them on a cone and then knock it off with a ball. It's like he just comes up with little mini games, but really good. And he's very, very good with like obviously a 2-year-old. There are a couple 2-year-olds that are just like, no.
Well, I also think
I'll do what I want.
Just a 2-year-old already at that stage participating in a sport with other kids.
Yeah,
Is like, and I don't mean that in terms of like he's going to be the next Messi. I just mean in terms of like social, like engagement and
it's
sort of teamwork and bonding and physical activity.
Yeah, but the mental side is the biggest part because it's like listening to instructions, listening to a coach go, okay, get your ball and you're going to run around this cone, right? Then all of them get up and they all run around the cone, and some of them will be confused, but they'll look at the other kids and they'll work it out, and then kids start helping each other. It's really fucking good. Yeah. There were a couple that weren't sheep. They did what they fucking liked. They were awesome.
You know what you like?
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. But I want to go to bed, basically. Our first submission, I fucking haven't put down his location. He's from America.
Illinois.
Can't remember where. Just making sure I'm not going to dox him.
San
De-dox him?
Antonio.
Do you de-dox someone or do you dox someone?
St. Louis.
I want to say it's Louisiana. Fucking no. It's Virginia.
West Virginia?
Virginia. Just central Virginia. He's in Martinsville, Virginia.
Martinsville.
Born and raised.
Is it Martinsville? Martinsville.
Martinsville, one word. Virginia, the state. This is CC Beats. So we know CC Beats. He runs a label and has submitted an artist from the label, but has also submitted his own music, which I was really keen on. And it means we get to check him out. I think because I've communicated with him a lot, and then you get like almost a mutual respect that you're discussing it, that actually I think we were quite critical for him, but he is awesome and he's sent more music, so we get to check that out. We're listening to Wouldn't You Like to Get Away by CC Beats.
I would like to get away.
Yeah, I would. Well, I guess it's somewhere warm. It'd be nice.
So
we're going to check that out. This is Wouldn't You Like to Get Away by CC Beats. If my Spotify plays. God damn it. Okay, here we go.
Wouldn't you like to get away? Let's leave town, take an early holiday. Wouldn't you like to get away? I've got my car on the full, take a gas, let's leave today. Don't you worry your pretty little head about all that driving, baby girl, I got us. It's not like even though I drive my stick shift anyway. Wouldn't you like to get away? Let's leave town, take an early holiday. Wouldn't you like to get away? I've got my car on the full, take a gas, let's leave today.
A minute. So that's great.
I liked it.
Really, really good.
I liked
Beach
it.
Boysy.
I was literally just about to say immediately it's like Beatles, Beach Boys sort of vibe to it.
Yeah, that like 60s.
In my head, I could picture it being like the sort of transition music in like a rom-com set in like Miami Beach or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. No, it's really good. I really liked it. There's I don't think there was a production critique. I liked like where things came in.
Yeah,
as well.
I was about to say
it was almost like there wasn't a need to slowly build.
It was layered really well.
Yeah.
The mix was great. Yeah, like I said, there wasn't really any production though. It's just a good bop.
Do you know what I would say? Because I think last time the main critique was actually about the almost the relationship between label and artist. It created a really interesting discussion there. CC Beats is a really weird name for it.
Well, I think 100% CC Beats
for the
to me,
artist name as well.
Without knowing anything, if you like CC Beats, immediately I'm thinking sort of DJ type.
Like it should be rap, hip hop.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing from a branding perspective. But no, the sound is wicked. I think it's really cool. Very easy to listen to, and the album is Ode to Beach. And like the album art as well. If I jump on here, is you can tell it's just going to be chilled out, and that was good. Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah,
really like that submission. I was almost, and I'll say this, as I said, kind of have a little bit of a relationship with him now. Speaking to him, that sounded weird. I don't know why. But really cool guy, very positive and super immersed. But I was kind of worried about listening to a submission.
Well, I think it's
I
always
don't
the
want to
case.
fucking shit on it.
It's always the case of when if we know people and then they submit music.
Yeah,
it's always a bit weird because you feel like you're walking on eggshells a little bit, like.
And we are always honest as well. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like it doesn't. We don't beat around the bush with anything.
Mm-hmm.
We won't sort of like hardcore criticize something that might just not be for us, but
yeah,
we'll let people know if we don't like something. But you always get that kind of thing. I mean, it's like I feel like for me, the only way I can describe it is it's the same as when we've performed our band. Right, and we might have friends or family there, and then you get off stage and they're like, "That was fantastic," and I'm like,
"It
just
nothing.
means nothing." For me. Like it means absolutely nothing if someone I already know and someone that I'm already friends with and respects me or whatever, when they say I like it.
Yeah, there's only one time someone has said to me, as a mutual friend, has come to multiple gigs, very very supportive, but they said, you'll probably know who I'm on about when I start saying this. But they were like, this isn't my genre at all. You're making music that is nowhere near the genre of music I listen to. And I've just came out here, and if I didn't know you, I would come to another gig. He was like, he enjoyed it that much. And I was like, that was genuine. But you're 100% right that when, like, a mate that you know for ages, like, that was amazing, you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Whereas when, like, some drunk asshole comes up to you and is like, hey, that was the best thing I've ever heard. You're like, fuck yeah, dude. Those are the ones that count. But no, look, CC Beats, that was great. Hopefully, as I don't know how early in the journey he is with his label.
Rhymed.
I know, fucking. There's a free lyric for you.
It's that journalism. It's all that journalism.
It's all the articles I'm writing. Yeah, that's the one thing about all of our articles on our website rhyme. We review it in sonnet. That is a lie, by the way, for legal reasons. I have to say that is not true. But the one thing is that I hope that as he grows his label and as he figures it out, right? Because when you start like this podcast, we didn't know what we were fucking doing. The first 10 episodes were a disaster. We still don't know what we're doing, but we're figuring it out. Hopefully he can continue to submit music and support us. We'll continue supporting him. But thanks for the submission. We appreciate it, and it sounded great. Really, really good. The next one we have is Ado from Linz, Austria.
Ooh.
Do you have a guess for genre?
I've not.
Ado. Ado.
It's
Austrian. Think of a little Austrian man saying Ado. Whoa. Clip that. Chuck that on the TikTok.
Cancelled.
Ado. No. Ado. Any guesses?
From Austria.
From Austria. Linz, Austria. We've gigged with an Austrian group before.
We have.
Yeah. That was a gig.
It was an experience. It was an experience. Okay, well, judging by that, right, because I don't know a lot of Austrian bands. That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say, I don't know what genre, but they're going to be wearing something shiny.
I almost passed out. Oh man. Oh, we spoke about that, didn't we? I wish I knew what episode we spoke about that on, so we could get people the reference. We played with an Austrian group. It was the fucking craziest thing we've ever done. Anyone who
They had one of those instruments where you put your hand.
No,
near it.
they didn't.
Oh no, no. What did they have? No, they had an astronaut
they
on
had
stage.
a little. Do you know TikTok's advertising them at the moment?
Oh, he kept putting the mic up to the astronaut.
Yeah. So they had a little USB light. Do you know, like you go in £15, you get a little USB light. It was an astronaut, and
But he said stuff like
the whole purpose was that they were like, we're a hybrid between AI and human, and they had this AI. I'm not going to say the band name because that's fucking disrespectful as hell. But so they would hold the microphone up to a USB light, and then through the speakers it'd be like, "Welcome to the journey," and it'd just say some shit. It was fucking insane. But the costume changed before.
longest sound check I've ever seen.
Longer than their set, I think.
And the only instrument they had was a bass.
It was shocking, wasn't it? We actually, genuinely, I don't even know if any of the band members know this, but we were asked to support them again. They came back, and I was just like, no, thank you. Once was enough with that one. Anyway, so Austrian, you're saying they're in a shiny clothes, space music. What's funny is this is from the this song is called "What Is to Expect."
I don't know.
Let's find out together. Fucking Spotify, man. It's so shit.
You're running away from something. You cannot describe what has been wrong. The past has been abandoned, searching for a place where you belong. You're lost on the way and ponder whether you might be wrong. Maybe they're alright, but just keep on going. Just tell them the truth, no holding back. You cannot undo what has been said. You're starting to wonder what will be now. What is to expect? No holding back. What has been said? You're shining.
That's great.
That's very good.
That's
I love it.
And that's I just obviously you guys would have seen
No
people that
shiny.
are watching.
No shiny.
No shiny. Looks like a pretty normal dude. I think that was his first song we listened to.
What? Really?
Yeah, he posted basically saying like, "Dear my 22 followers on Instagram."
I love that.
Yeah, my first song has been out for nearly 2 days. Your support is amazing. It is fucking great.
Yeah, honestly, really good.
This is a dude who's done shit before, though. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it
This
has
isn't
to.
his first
Has to,
rodeo.
because it's so clean. Everything's, the mix is perfect. The layering is perfect. We always talk about the dynamic range.
Yeah.
Every single beat where I was like, okay, something needs to happen here. Then
did.
that harmony comes in, and like great harmonies as well.
Yeah, I think it found a unique sound, even though it wasn't doing anything mental.
No,
It found a really
not at all.
unique sound.
I mean, like it obviously draws from, you know,
Indie?
yeah, like alternative sort of stuff as well. But it was, I don't know, it was just solid. It was really good. Like instantly, I was like, yeah, I could listen to this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was like, this would come up on a playlist. Do you know when stuff? I guess you don't use Spotify.
Well, and what I would say as well is because go back to like CC Beats, for example. Right?
Yeah.
That was good, right? But it was something that I probably wouldn't specifically listen to, just like
Within your genre.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that's something that I know is good, and like I said, I could instantly hear it in like a movie or something, and I'd be like, yeah, this would fit that scene perfectly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this would just be something that I would probably have on my like playlist.
Yeah, 100%. Really, really good. Has released a second song as well. So
Juicy.
I don't know. Drop a comment below and fucking jump the queue, and we'll listen to that next week because I like it.
Do you know what? The only thing that's bad about this, right, is because there are bands that I really want to listen to, like that immediately. I want to listen to that other song now.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, what if?
It's bad.
Well, no.
Oh.
But I mean, what if they listen to this and they're like, do you know what? I want them to listen to my other song.
Fine.
I want that to be the first time though. I want to listen to it for the first time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 100%.
So I struggle with it because sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to listen to the entire artist's work because what if they then go, do you want to listen to this?
Also,
I don't want to fake reactions.
From my perspective, I guess I've already mentioned him once on this podcast, and I fucking mentioned. The one thing I won't do is tag him in an Instagram post because I tagged him about 7 in a row in about 2 weeks. But
Will Young?
Danny Rivers, we listened to that one track and it was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And then I started doing the reviews, and I reached out and said to him, like, could I listen to the EP? Obviously, I mean, I can listen.
It's weird.
What I actually messaged was, could I review
You're like
the EP?
a Stockholm syndrome sort of
like crazy
ex-bloody kidnapped victim.
What I said was wrong there.
Can I go to the toilet?
Yeah. No, I reached out and said, could I do a review of this? And he was like, yeah, 100%, that'd be awesome. And then I listened to it for the first time, and it was one of the most moving group of songs I've ever listened to. It was so good. So that's what you want to do, right? You want to have that reaction when you're doing the reviews, giving the feedback. Maybe you'll listen to this podcast and be like, fuck these guys. Maybe he knows the band that we were talking about, and we've described them well enough. You know what I mean?
There's only one. We might have to bleep out when we described like astronaut. And
I'm not gonna. Fuck it. The band's
what if there's only one band in Austria that has an astronaut and they're famous for it?
No, I bet there's fucking loads. I bet every band in Austria is that. They go to a gig and the sound engineer is like, where would you like to plug in your astronaut?
We're like, we can't do a show. We've left our astronaut at home. And they're like, we've got spares.
Yeah. What colour was your astronaut? Why can't either of us do an Austrian accent?
I don't know. Isn't it just like kind of German?
Maybe. Toto Wolf.
Yeah.
Where would you like to plug in your astronaut?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Where would you... No. Okay, right. Thank you for the submission. It was awesome.
That are your papers?
No. Come on now. The next song is from Reading.
America or
no?
Reading?
Yeah.
Is it us?
Yeah, this is no. It's Rocket Kings. So, do you remember where you've heard Rocket Kings before?
No.
If you get this, I would be fucking well impressed because this is a deep dive. Do you know what's cool about the IndianaShow.com website? If you search a band's name,
is it the formatting?
All of it is really good. If you search a band's name, Rocket Kings, for example, it will actually show you what episode they were on.
Oh,
they were
my
on
lordy.
Episode 6. Is this the worst Christmas film ever?
That's the one that no one watched.
Nobody watched that. So, yeah, if you want a new podcast experience, that one is. Because you didn't watch it.
Some of the old videos we have on YouTube have got thousands of views. That one has got, like, what, I think under 100?
What happened? Did we talk about 9/11 on the
know.
Christmas episode? Oh, we said we were going to talk about massacres on this one.
No, for
Last
Christmas, we said.
Oh, this is the Christmas episode, really, though? Because are we going to film
oh
next
yeah,
week?
I forgot what bloody date it was.
I think we'll be off next week.
Yeah. Sack it off, mate.
Possibly 2 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, so you can search for bands. If you listen to a band, you could search it in. It will show you all of the episodes they've been in. If we do any reviews about them, you'll find that as well. But they were on the Christmas episode. And one thing I want to say before I've not listened to any of this.
You should. That feature, right? You should expand it so that if people are like, "Oh, what episode were they talking about that bloody controversy?"
I thought about that. I genuinely, we may be able to because I could pull the transcript from YouTube. Because YouTube, we upload a podcast, right? And then YouTube is like, "This is everything you said," because that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Because if we were like, "Oh." What was that? What time was it when we played that game? Was it 9/11? And YouTube's like 9/11, cancelled. But we listened to Christmas. We got Christmas submissions. They had one, and I've been singing it all fucking year, like September. And I'm like, I'll have a ukulele Christmas without you.
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
It was
That's
amazing.
a great song.
They're a ukulele.
I haven't listened to it because I just generally abhor Christmas music.
Yeah, a poor.
Until
a poor.
Yeah, a poor. I don't know.
I don't know. This is paving the way. Oh well, this straight into this is because it's not on Spotify, so it worked immediately.
What's it on?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
It also means we can watch a little video.
I'm more and more curious about YouTube music.
Yeah, I bet Snoop Dogg would make loads of money.
Because you know the benefit is like everything you can imagine is on there.
Yeah.
And what I mean specifically, right, is I'm a dork and I listen to like a bunch of movie soundtracks and stuff, and it's not always available on Spotify or Apple Music.
Yeah.
Right. It's like chopping. Like sometimes, you listen to all the Lord of the Rings soundtracks, great, but then you're like, I want to listen to the soundtrack from The Day After Tomorrow, something stupid. It's not on there.
Yeah.
YouTube, it's everything. Everything you can imagine is on YouTube.
This episode is brought to you by.
I'm just curious about YouTube Music.
And also, isn't YouTube Music YouTube Premium? You get
and
premium.
So that's the other benefit is you get ad-free bloody music.
But then you're like,
Ad-free.
I won't give Spotify my money. Hi, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is just as bad. Like YouTube is. There are no good companies anymore. No. Like every company is a scum.
This is Rocket Kings. Sorry, Rocket Kings. This is Rocket Kings Paving the Way. It's the title single from their album Paving the Way.
Right.
Did that make sense?
Say again.
Fucking. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's 20 to 10, which 7 years ago would be like the middle of the day, and now is bedtime plus 40 minutes. It's a title single from their album Paving the Way.
Right, okay.
This is Paving the Way by Rocket Kings. Here we go.
By hedges of self-doubt, overgrown worries starting to sprout. Where are you now? Help me get out. Help me get out. I stole the sun from you. You didn't have a clue, but there's still a mixed sky lurking overhead. Left, right, and center too. Brightness is breaking through, but the atmosphere is hanging by a thread. Surrounded by hedges of self-doubt, overgrown worries starting to sprout. Where are you now? Help me get out. Help me get out.
That's fucking cool, man. That's good. That's really cool. I think. Oh! Sorry. I went down as well because I was really interested in their music video. It was really cool. But they were saying it was just filmed by the band members and family and friends. So they've just got loads of footage from all around the world, walking around paths and famous parts. It's a really nice fucking sound.
Yeah, no,
You can't
I've got
complain about it, can
no
you?
complaints about it. I would fall it in the same sort of category as a CCP's song, where it's like it's not something that I personally would listen to on like a daily basis or weekly basis or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's a good song.
I think
nice,
I'm definitely
it's
going to review it because
good
I'm
construction. It's good.
I'm really intrigued by what a whole
know-
album is.
Well, do you know what I would? It sounds not similar, but it's the exact same style as the Christmas song that they had.
Yeah, it is. Well, they're a ukulele band.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw on the video there was a bit where it cut to them playing.
I saw.
That was
I
delightful.
saw.
So they're just having fun playing the songs. It sounds great. The only thing I say is it's so like the only word I'm thinking of is unoffensive, non-offensive. There's nothing that someone could get upset about,
Yeah,
which feels great. But it does mean that there were parts in the song that felt like stock music or like corporate music. Like if you take away the singing, it sounds like something you would get on like a loyalty free. So
I think it's harsh to say it's like corporate music.
corporate. That's the wrong word.
That's like bloody you're having a function and there's like just pap.
I don't know
like
what I mean by that because I enjoyed it as well. It's not the crap. It's not the crap that you put on. But my point is that like
corporate music is like the same as elevator music.
yeah, that's true.
Where are you now? Help me get
I don't know what I mean. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think what I'm trying to say is,
It's almost kind of like religious band sort of vibe.
do you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fair enough.
Not in a bad way. It's just
No, dude, I went to I can't remember what the concert's called. There's a big festival, like a Christian festival, and the bands that were playing were fucking amazing. What I'm really curious about, and this is the shit that you love to write reviews about, is that I want to know an album of that. Where is the risk? Do you know what I mean? Do something mental. Do something that isn't just like one sound.
Well, it's
And
hard
it's hard to do with just ukulele.
It's hard to comment obviously just listening to one song. But I do agree. I feel like every album, you should always have at least one song that is absolutely, completely, in no way related to any of the other album.
Yeah.
Like, you should have at least one song in there that sounds like it shouldn't even be in that album.
It's like what we talk about with songs. You need this dynamic variance. I'm like, let's see what that is with this sound, which is very neutral.
Most of my favourite albums of all time, smack back in the middle of the album, there's a song that is just so out of place.
Yeah. I'm gonna
and it's like, I love it. I still love the album. I love the... and I normally like the song as well, but it's just... I kind of feel like it... I feel like maybe it's not an issue anymore because people just don't listen to albums. But back in the day where like you put an album on, you wanted people's attention to last for the whole album.
Yeah.
So it
was an art form to make
you would
albums.
like chuck a random song in the middle that was completely different just to kind of like
I love
freshen it up a little bit.
I have to say that I love the sound.
Even to the point where sometimes I feel like it didn't... I don't think artists even cared whether people liked that song or not. It was just like, we're going to give you this so that when you then come back up from it, it's like you're starting again.
Yeah,
it's like the album is starting again, and your attention is now back peak.
It's almost, you know what I would equate it to is, and you'll hate this and not relate, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but if you listen to Ed Sheeran's first album, it's ups and downs, it's complex, it's well written, but the way they link as well, there's a flow to it. It takes you on a journey, a lyrical and a story journey. You listen to any of his last 3 or 4, they're all made to be singles. Like every song there is battling to get number 1. That's what it is, and that's just the industry now.
It's like
people don't fucking just make albums.
Songs for the Deaf, Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay.
Do you not? Have you not? No, maybe not. But if you listen to that entire album from track 1 to track 2,
doesn't it have a lot of like radio stuff? That is a great album.
It's like they're on a radio station, and there's like Mexican presenters and stuff talking about the songs.
I didn't know it by name. There's a few bands that I will listen to one album of theirs, and that's one of them.
Songs for the Deaf is on my top 5 albums of all time.
That's your first article for the website. That'd be great to read. Top 5 albums of all time.
I knew I was going to get roped into writing an article.
Look, you said that was your thing, and I make 2 TikToks a week.
At gunpoint.
That would be. Yeah. Can we tell people how I've made you make TikToks?
He's bribing me, right? Because we play Football Manager co-op, right? And it's hosted on his laptop.
yeah.
So I can't play with that.
I said to him at the start of this week, I was like, every session of Football Manager we do will follow you making a clip. So
the only problem with that though is we play a lot of Football Manager, right? And there's not enough clippable stuff.
There's loads. You've got like 50, 60 hours worth of content now.
Yeah, most of it's dribble.
No, that's true. You've maybe got 30 minutes. But anyway, can we go back to Rocket Kings quickly?
Yeah.
I love it. I actually really love it because do you know what I like about it as well? They're doing something completely different. They've got their own sound.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. But that part of it, I think I would like to see more definition of this ukulele. It's different, but it's still pop and it's still commercial. I'm worried that it could be too close to just being that kind of soft pop sound. But yeah, I'm really keen to listen to the full album and do a review on that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's really good, and they all look lovely. I think I might not know. I don't know the drummer. I did this last time. I've just had deja vu. It's not. I'm remembering. It's not deja vu. It happened. I think the last time we played them, I saw the drummer and was like, I know the drummer because they're Reading based. He possibly knows Nicole. So I think I've met him a few times and I've not remembered any time. But yeah, it's a really cool sound, and I'll look forward to that review. I think will go out Monday or Tuesday. There we go. Can I make a suggestion?
What?
We don't need to spin the wheel.
No, but that's why I said, is that it? That's why I said, is that it? Let's wrap it up. It is 10 to 10.
Don't forget to check out the website, IAAAS.tv. There you can buy great t-shirts. You right?
Yeah. The Matthew Perry update.
We won't cover that then. Doesn't sound good.
Post-mortem results. He died from ketamine.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Buy a mug. We got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got everything at indianashow.com. Please buy it because it keeps the lights on.
And stay away from drugs.
And the lights are bright as hell. I don't know. About episode 32 or 33, we got some new lights.
And shout out to Florence from Florence and the Machine. I don't want to get into it because it's depressing, but she's pretty cool.
She been cool? I fucking believe that.
Well, she
next week I'm going to show you a video of her.
I'll go into it. I won't go into it massively, but I'll just real quickly.
Okay.
She was doing a concert, and there was a girl who had tickets for the concert who is terminally ill, and she couldn't make it to the concert because she was just too ill, to the point where she's like, "You're gonna die like in the next couple of days." Florence then heard about it and went straight to the hospital and did like a private concert for her in her final days, and it was really touching.
That's amazing.
Really emotional. I didn't want to show the video or send it because it's just too sad, but at the same time,
is it
fantastic.
new? Has it just happened?
I don't know. I think so, maybe.
I think it might not have because
it popped up on TikTok and I was like, I've not seen this before. Didn't know.
Is she singing Dog Days?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen the video,
and
I think it's not new though.
And then you see the Walk of Honor, I think they call it in America, because she agreed to donate her organs.
Jesus.
And I didn't know this was a thing, but in
cry.
America, organ donors, because how that works for terminally ill, they sort of they keep the body alive essentially, but kill them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
They're brain dead, but they keep the body alive for harvesting the organs, right? But when they wheel them off, every member of staff comes out into the corridor and they sort of do like a walk of honor. I didn't know that was a thing.
So
that's cool.
The video, possibly the same video, the one thing it shows me is Florence from Florence and the Machine is fucking
phenomenal. And you know, because I've spoken about Florence before, because I've seen some concerts that she's done where she's a bit ropey, not the best. But then I've also heard that she
gets stage
petrified.
fright. I think
she's really badly affected by stage fright.
Yeah,
and I feel like
I think she boozes to
or
drugs.
I've heard that. I've heard drugs and booze to
calm
try
it
and
down.
sort of combat it, and it's not the best way to perform. But yeah, no, the performance she gave to this girl in the hospital, I was like, Jesus, I've never seen Florence sing live like that before.
Yeah,
it was.
I've
sort of
it may not even be the same video. The video I saw though didn't then have the fact that she had passed away to donate the organs, so that might be the update.
It was,
and
brutal.
If it's the same girl, that's really sad because I genuinely twice a year will watch that video for I don't know why.
Why do you choose to?
I don't ever
want to watch that video again.
No, it's
too
hard.
Sad.
Well, I didn't have the ending.
I had the ending, man. You're you had Phoebe's mum's version from Friends where she cuts it off.
That was a heavy old section to end on.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, is it? Buy 'em. I thought it was empty.
I thought it was when I slid it.
The thing is, right? It's got Costa coffee in there. It's so
fucking terrible.
Fucking horrible.
It looks great though in that mug.
It does.
Well, not when you look at a coffee. Just look at a mug. Just look at a mug. Buy a mug.
Buy a mug.
Buyamug.com. No, it's indianashow.com. Look at it. Isn't it a great mug? Buy a mug. Don't buy Costa coffee.
It's worse when it's cold.
Yeah. It's not got better. Ciao.